The room isn't dark, it's just not clear. Corner's still talking when no one's near. I learn how to move without asking why, keeping my eyes at a reasonable height. You didn't raise your voice, you didn't chase the night. You said I am the light, not loud, not sharp, not breaking the dark apart. You said I am the light. I said I am the light. Step by step I see where I am. I thought light would rush in, flood every place, but it stays consistent, keeps a pace. It doesn't explain, it doesn't accuse, it just shows the floor I'm standing on. You didn't promise sight, you promised direction. You said I am the light, not loud, not sharp, not breaking the dark apart. You said I am the light. One clear line across my life. If I follow you, I won't walk in the dark. Not because it's gone, but because I know where you are. No spotlight, no display, just enough to walk this way. You are the light I keep my eyes on. I don't need more than this. You are the light, and as I move, the darkness moves less. Light, not light. Not loud, but enough. I thought a door would look like power, something heavy, something wide, something obvious and certain on the right side. But this one stands without announcing, doesn't shine, doesn't explain, just a courtyard, open space between. You didn't say, look at me, you said, come in. You said I am the door, not the world, not the test, not the score. You said I am the door, if you enter, you will rest. So many voices saying this way, every sign pointing loud, every promise trying to prove what it counts. But you didn't trying to guide my steps. Direction spoken clearly, that don't know me yet. They call my name like a label, like something they can use. But then there's a voice that doesn't rush, that feels familiar. It doesn't explain itself, it just knows me. I know that voice, I've heard it before. Not shouting, not urgent, just certain. I know that voice, even in the noise. It doesn't tell me who to be, it knows who I am. I thought a shepherd would lead from somewhere high, watching from a distance, keeping count. But you walk where I walk, you stay at my pace. You don't pull me forward, you wait. You don't drive the flock, you call. I know that voice, I've heard it before. Not shouting, not urgent, just certain. Not everyone stays, but those who know the voice recognize the way. I know that voice, I follow because it sounds like truth, saying my name. I know that voice, and I don't need proof, I don't need fear to walk this way. I don't follow signs, I follow a voice too. I said it once when the air changed. Not louder, just heavier. A sentence standing between us now. Too small to argue, too clear to ignore. No metaphor, no safety net. I and the Father are one, that's all, just one line. And everything leans. I and the Father are one, not a speech, not a claim to win, just truth where it lands. They reached for stones before they spoke, like weight could answer what words couldn't hold. I watched the space fill with intent, no one asking what I meant. When truth is simple, it's rarely safe. I and the Father are one, that's all, just one line. And everything leans. I and the Father are one, no proof offered, no ground given, just said and left there. I didn't raise my voice, I didn't step back. I didn't step back, I stayed where I stood and let it be that. Some hear a threat, some hear a door, some hear nothing at all. One sentence, still here, still standing. One sentence, you decide what it means. I said it, I said it, I said it, I said it in the room. And ooh, something heavier. The room split without a sound, like lines we didn't draw. You stepped away, not running across the river. Things were quieter, no arguments, no need to prove. Across the river, they remembered what had been said and chose to no signs this time, no words repeated, just space enough to stay. What you did before came back around and settled like it always had. Nothing new, just clear across the river. Things were quieter, no arguments, no need to prove. Across the river, they remembered what had been said and chose to believe. It's strange how faith grows when no one's pushing, how truth sounds calmer when it's not chased. Some stay close to the noise, some cross the water, both think they're right. Only one rests across the river. I don't have to decide fast, I can stand and listen across the river. Belief arrives without a fight and stays. I cross nothing but the distance inside. We sent the message early, didn't dress it up, just said the name and waited. Time kept moving like it always does. Nothing dramatic, nothing stopped. You heard, we know you did. You said this is not the end. Sentence left to stand. We watched the days stack up like numbers on a page, trying not to count them, but we did. Every sound meant something, every silence more. We learned how to read the room too well. You didn't come and still you spoke. You said this is not the end, not yet, not like that. You said this is not the end, no timetable, no defense, just said ooh. It's strange how hope sounds when nothing changes, how faith waits without proof. We didn't ask for meaning, we asked for you, and you answered differently. This is not the end, still here, still true, even now, even if we don't know what to do. Yeah. the space where you weren't. The message was clear, the silence clearer. Nothing moved except time. You stayed 2 more days. If you had been here, this wouldn't have happened. That's what we keep saying in different ways. If you had been here, I'm not accusing, just stating what feels true today. We're guarded. We practiced the sentence so it wouldn't break. Kept it short, kept it clean. Everyone says waiting is faith, but waiting has a sound. It repeats, it repeats. You waited on purpose. If you had been here, this wouldn't have happened. That's what we keep saying in different ways. If you had been here, not accusing, just stating what feels true today. It's strange how love delays without explaining, how presence arrives after absence. We don't say you're wrong, we don't say you failed, we just say the words that won't go away. If you had been here, you still are. That's what you say. If you had been here, and you are, then maybe this isn't over. Ooh, 2 more days, we're still speaking. You didn't answer the question, the one we were circling around. You said something older than now. Not a fix, not a future plan, just a name said out loud. The room didn't move, the meaning did. You said I am the resurrection, not later, not when said it and the air agreed. No speech prepared, no reason given, just a pause that stayed. We were ready for answers, for something to fix the air, but you stood there and didn't. Nothing moved until you did. You wept, that's it, no metaphor. You wept and the room understood more than words could hold. I thought tears meant not knowing or losing control, but yours fell like you knew. Not loud, not rushed, just present, just true. You didn't step back from the pain. You didn't step back from still you cried in the middle. Not to stop what hurt, but to stand inside it with us. One sentence, still here, still wet. You didn't shout, you didn't count us down. You said it like it could be done. Someone mentioned the smell, someone mentioned time. You listened and didn't change your mind. You asked for movement before proof. Move the stone, not the fear, not the doubt, just the stone. Move the stone before life shows up, before we see what we're afraid of. Hands hesitated, feet stayed still. We named the reasons you waited. The grave stayed closed by agreement until you spoke again. You didn't roll it yourself, you let us move the stone. Not the fear, not the doubt, just the stone. Move the stone before life shows up, before we see what we're afraid of. Then you said a name out loud, not generally, specifically. Life answered, not dramatically, just moving forward. Move the stone is still what you say, not to finish the work, just to get out of the way. Move the stone and let what's alive come out into the light. he stepped out, still wrapped, still learning how to stand. Life arrived, but not finished, not clean, not grand. We expected shouting something final, something clear, but you said something smaller, near, alive, but not free yet. You said unbind him and let him go. Not faster, not stronger, just free. You said unbind him like living needs space, like breath needs room to stay. Hey, the claw stayed close like memory does, like fear that learned the body. No miracle removes everything at once. You knew that, so you asked us to do the rest. You said unbind him and let him go. Not fixing, not forcing, just loosening. You said unbind him because life doesn't rush, it moves when it can. Resurrection speaks and then steps back. Freedom happens in human hands, not all at once, not by light but by touch and time. Unbind him is still what you say. After life returns, after tears dry. Unbind him and let him go. This is how living continues. He walked, still learning how to be.